You ready for some creeps? You ready for some spooks? Well, I got the perfect series for you. A plentiful amount of scares with horror at each corner. Third-person monster hunting for only the bravest of gamers. Now, as cool as Resident Evil is, it's time to talk about something a bit more lighthearted. Luigi's Mansion as a franchise started on the GameCube in 2001, and was originally designed to show off the graphics and power of the GameCube. However, this probably became one of the most beloved games on that system. It had its quirks that made it stand out from the other games and fully established Luigi as his own character rather than just being Mario's brother. He had style, character, and is arguably to this day still one of the creepiest games Nintendo has released. In the first game, Luigi won a contest for a competition he didn't enter, and the grand prize? Upon entering, some orange spectre shows up asking Luigi if he's interested in Jesus. It's then that he meets Professor Elvin Gadd, an eccentric scientist on a mission to capture and inspect ghosts in and around the mansion. He then pairs you up with the Poltergust 3000 and tasks you with ridding the mansion of its ghouls and finding a way to save your brother Jumpman. It's then that the main action takes place. You traverse your way through the mansion collecting keys from the mansion's signature portrait ghosts. Portrait ghosts take a bit of strategy to take down and give the game a lot of flavour. It gives the mansion more character and adds to the atmosphere that these people once lived in this once vibrant home. These require some thought but aren't too difficult to take on. As you progress, you gain some small abilities like being able to flip onto the ceiling when standing on these switches and gaining elemental abilities to unlock certain areas and fight some ghosts. Well, I think it's high time we finally go and take on this King Boo fella and take back our Well, I think it's high time we finally go and take on this King Boo fella and take back our bro. What is Bowser doing in my Luigi game? So after a very climactic fight and holding King Boo captive forever in our trusty machine, we return the portrait and flip the lever.
Mamma mia.
It's a boy! This game was generally well received by players and was a fun one-off experience that would be fun to return to in the future. Luigi's Mansion 2, or Dark Moon for you scrubs over in the West, is a follow-up to the GameCube hit release for the Nintendo 3DS. The story this time follows the ghastly figure in the night sky, can you tell who it is? Shattering the dark moon and scattering it across Evershade Valley, and casting an everlasting fog over the night sky. This turns all the ghosts all criminal, and go on a rampage. EGAT proceeds to bring you, Luigi, back to take on all the horrors once again. This game was filled with a lot more stuff to do. 5 mansions, new ghost types, a more involved story, and son of a bitch. So this game is a mission structure and people did not like it. The game was holding your hand far too much and always dragged out at important moments. And not to mention the design of this game was a lot more cartoonish and bubbly. The game had turned a lot into a parody horror rather than something meant to genuinely scare you. You continually see the same ghost types and this bloody polterpup won't leave me alone! That being said, is the game ruined because of these elements? Oh god no, this game surpasses the original by a long shot for me. This was one of the first games I got for my 3DS, and it was the most fun I had in the game up until that point. It was because of these games that Luigi is one of my favourite characters in gaming and why I made him Smash. The gameplay mechanics are tight and the story was fun throughout. The game is not perfect, but has charm and humour oozing from every open end of its contents. Anyway, I'd like to bring up the fact that the old Clockwork Factory is by far the best area in terms of atmosphere and unique settings. I'd say the Treacherous Mansion was a close second. I thought I got rid of you! Okay, let me just do this again. So after a very climactic fight, King Boo is held captive forever inside our trusty machine. There are also a good few extra things to do in this game, such as the Scare Scraper when you and 3 other Luigis take on a gauntlet of floors, whether it be fighting ghosts, making it to a checkpoint in time, or just fighting polterpups. There's also the challenge that appears after you defeat every mansion's respective boss ghost, and these provide a good challenge. You can also see the vault where you can view all the ghosts and boos you've captured and the gems and money you've collected. One thing I also love about this game is how it uses your money you find to upgrade your poltergust, and makes all the money I gain seem more valuable. The game is not perfect, but it's absolutely an experience. Then during a Nintendo Direct in 2019, Luigi's Mansion 3 was revealed to be on the Nintendo Switch. Oh my god, a large-scale location, beautiful HD graphics, and fine, polished gameplay. It was slated to release on Halloween of 2019. But before that, a port of the first Luigi's Mansion game was brought over to the 3DS in 2018 and was basically everything you'd expect it to be. A downgraded, respectable multiplayer port of... multiplayer?! So yeah, you can play with a pal assuming you want to play as Luigi's anti-vax cousin, Guichi. I can see it now. It had a few extra features other than that, but honestly not too much to report on. So after a tiny slice of fun, Luigi and his mates are invited to the Last Resort Hotel for beverages, relaxation, and So it turns out this place was a trap for Mario and the gang, and we instantly lose the game. But in an alternate reality, we find ourselves paired up with the Poltergust G00, and have access to a few cool new abilities. The plunger can strap onto ghosts and items around you, and can be used for traversal or an aid in combat. The gust of air that raises Luigi up helps him clear a bit of space for himself when being surrounded. So you meet with Professor Egad once again and oh my god. Why would you sell the damn thing? He's chaotic! After that, the professor pairs you up with your new friend, Luigi. Howdy, stranger. Luigi serves as Luigi's doppelganger, being able to slip through tight spaces and being invincible to most things. Although he seems allergic to water, Luigi is so cleverly used in this game that I'm amazed how many unique uses they had for him. Not to mention, portrait ghosts return in a sort with character ghosts at the end of each floor, each one giving you the key to a new area. Although sometimes this stupid little rascal can show up to make your life hell. Polter Kitty is leagues worse than Polter Pup. We then make our way to the top floor in an epic fight with the hotel owner, Helen Gravely. We free our brother, and for God's sake! This is the climactic King Boo fight I wanted. Although I really wish Luigi used the super suction as a last resort to suck up King Boo once and for all. However, slamming on the ground by his tongue is some justice and it looks quite funny. After freeing the ghosts in the mansion, we help reconstruct their home in a grand looking hotel, and we finally get to rest easy. A very satisfying end to the game. Scarescraper returns in this game and includes all the things it had in 2. Although in this one, you get a toad hunting and coin collecting mission. I'm kinda miffed Boolossus is the only final boss here, but it's a nice callback to the original game. Overall, I love the series. It was one of my original 3DS games and was one of the most unique gaming experiences. Seeing the fact the series would make a return on the Switch made me squee and is one of the top selling games of the platform. So, have a merry Halloween season everyone, and bad tidings to all!